She wasn't deposed because she got a lawyer, Michelle. She absolutely was not able to get disposed. She hid behind a lawyer, and then her and her family took a deal as quick as they could. All right. So remember that. Now, she was giving evidence against him. He needs to tell the officers in prison. Well, he's telling us, and that's what we're trying to get to, right? Kristen says her reaction told me from the beginning. Yeah, but now we have evidence. You're welcome, Barbie G. All right. Let's keep going. Let's see what this means. Now, we're going to talk about all this later. You guys are going to find out from Stephan what occurred that night. But I got to tell you guys, I don't want people coming into chat saying, why do you believe him? It's a lie. We're going to assume that everything's a lie until we get the evidence. But just because they're lies, you guys are smart enough to decide for yourself what's true. We're not here to tell you this is true, believe us. And if you don't believe us, we hate you. No, you guys can decide for yourself, even with the evidence that I present to you.
And the manner of death is homicide. Maddie's mom's boyfriend, Stephan Sterns, is charged in the teen's murder. The new reports also note a roommate who lived with Maddie and her mom, Jennifer Soto, noticed things were off the day the teen disappeared. The woman told police she heard loud noises around 2:30 in the morning coming from Sterns' room, saying it sounded like someone was, quote, putting things on a table. In a police interview, Soto said she had told Maddie to sleep in Sterns' room so that she could get, quote, a good night's rest. She says he was going upstairs and downstairs and in and out of the apartment that morning. Also washing clothes, which she says she'd never seen him do. Sterns told police he dropped Maddie off near Hunter's.
And guess what, guys? I now understand exactly why they needed to do the laundry. And I cannot imagine it. It breaks my heart hearing. And when I describe to you what happened with Maddie's last breaths that she took, when I describe to you what we're going to hear that actually happened to her that night, it kills me inside. And it kills me inside to not be able to shout it from the rooftops. It's piss. It just makes me mad. Right? It makes me mad.
Creek Middle School in the morning of February 26th, but police say that never happened. Her body was found March 1st in a grassy area near St. Cloud in Osceola County. Detectives noted her socks were clean, which they say indicate she was placed there and didn't walk there. During the initial search for Maddie, investigators say they also found video evidence that Sterns allegedly sexually abused the teen. Kissimmee detectives noted that Maddie's mom, Jennifer Soto, testified she didn't know of the alleged abuse until after Maddie was missing. When asked what she thought Sterns was guilty of, she reportedly told a detective, quote, "He's been grooming and abusing my child."
Again, guys, right there. What does she even know about that? That comes from her mouth. What's up, Chemical W6? Shout out, everybody. Welcome, Chemical, to the chat. All right, that's a huge telltale. And again, you can't, like we were talking about the David case yesterday, you can't convict somebody based on those words and certain knowledges, but you can with evidence, and you can by this person speaking out. And nobody could get him to talk about Jen other than a couple little things, all while the trial was coming. We couldn't get him to say anything, and now he can't stop talking. And again, it's not because he's going to get a deal. He's not getting nothing, guys. He's locked away forever. If he thinks he has a chance to get an appeal, the likelihood of an appeal is what, like 3%? It's not going to happen. All right. It's not going to happen. All right. We got to get into Jen's own words.
And abusing my child. The report notes when asked if she thought Sterns killed Maddie, she said, quote, "At this point, I do." Sterns has a status hearing.
Right, we don't need to hear about that. We know. We just, again, have to go back sometimes to move forward. And all I want to do is move forward at this point. So thank you to Veriscope for continuing this coverage. We're going to go over this coverage about Jen Soto and the evidence that's coming from her mouth and break it down. This is a new video that came out 5 days ago. You guys can take a look at the description. It'll come up there. But the takeaways thus far, guys, and for what you guys have to look forward to is finding out Stephan Sterns' perspective and what happened that night. All right. That's what we're looking forward to, and more questions than answers. And I might ask for y'all's help to give me questions that you're thinking about as we do this, because I already have more questions for Stephan right now. The number one question I want to ask him, and I will, and I think we already asked him today, did Jen Soto help you help you dress Maddie that morning? Is that why Jen kept saying that Maddie was in black shorts and a green hoodie? Why she didn't know 2 times what her daughter was wearing? Because she helped dress. I want to know. I got more questions than answers right now, but I do have some answers. I do. And again, just recapping, Jen Soto would not give deposition, but lawyered up instead and then took a plea deal. Number 2, Jen Soto teased Maddie about the Electra complex, about her relations with Maddie, which means that we were right all along. She was jealous. Number 3, the COD, or strangulation / asphyxiation. What did that come from? Why is my phone just starting? Where did that come from? We're going to find out. It's a lot different than you think. And the hyoid bone that was broken was more of like a fracture, and the hand marks were more of finger marks around this area. All right. Now, key parts of Maddie's death, just remember the vomit on the floor. Number 5, Jennifer Soto participated heavily in the grooming process, according to Stephan Sterns. And he realized that he better speak up now or forever hold his peace, because he's not getting out, but Jen is getting away with it. All right. Jen the siesta. Also, to everyone about the Woody Allen Mia Farrow deal with the stepdaughter, right? Yes, exactly. So 2 things. She said Woody Allen situation, which you guys were pissed about. And number 2, the Electra complex. So we now have 2 things from Jen Soto directly regarding Maddie and her relationship with Stephan Sterns. All right. It is. And it takes up to 60 pounds sometimes to do that, but not in the way and what happened. And guys, it wasn't a fight that night. I'll tell you that. It's something much more eerie, and it's something that we were all talking about previously. Just hint. Think about the toxicology report and the reason why I wanted that toxicology report so bad. She did say that in an interview. Absolutely, she did. All right, let's keep going. I'll interact with you guys a little more when I'm not reading.
Who was murdered by Stephan Sterns, this individual, who has been sentenced to life without parole, and will be analyzing the words in particular of Jennifer Soto, and we'll be looking for deception indicators within her statement.
Well, if you think it's weird about the Woody Allen situation, can you really? I mean, I think it's mind-blowing about the Electra complex. I mean, that just tells you everything. That's what I'm saying. What's up, Bill J? I know you'll get the answers. I love that you've had Stephan's parents on. Me too. And they only want the truth as well. They just want the truth so we can all move on.
So if we start off with the first part of the interview, and then we will go into the actual analysis itself.
The lies are about money. They're about where he's at, what he's doing, what's he.
Yeah, all that.
To his parents.
He's stolen money from his parents. They used to have a few $1,000s hidden in like a closet for emergency fund kind of thing. And during COVID, he stole, like, he wanted RC cars. See, if he wants something, he's gonna get it.
I know she's talking about Stephan Sterns, right? If he wants something, he's gonna get it. And just chilling, y'all. Can you imagine me just chilling? You got your child missing, has been gone for days now, and you're just chilling. He's gonna get what he wants. He gets what he wants. Yeah, and you give him what he wants, which is your daughter. You need to understand how to prevent things. Absolutely. And I just can't not let Maddie go without the justice she deserves, guys. It's just we need to get that done. How does Jen even know what the Electra complex is? Well, she did go to college. She wanted to be a hacker, y'all. Jen Soto wanted to be a hacker, which is a computer person. Technically, it was a computer person.
Okay, let's look at the analysis so that we can make sure that we're on the right page.
That too.
With Veriscope, we have different linguistic markers, which we mark up with colors. So, for example, in green, we have different timestamps or temporal incunas, and in pink, we have repetition to show sensitivity. Pronouns and missing pronouns, which are very important. And if we will run through the action.
And I gotta say, I love that this guy is keeping Jen Soto in the spotlight. You know, I backed away from this case. A lot of people gave me a lot of shit, guys. And so I stopped covering this. I was going to cover the stuff that this guy did and continue to keep Jen Soto in the spotlight. But too many people were giving me shit. Too many people. Thank you, Barbie G. I appreciate it. Hop aboard. Choo choo. Anna Fleming, we studied the Electra complex at the university. I was going to back off this case. I was tired of people saying, Jay, you're grifting. Jay, stop covering this case. Nothing's happening. She didn't do anything. Oh, yeah, she did. And there's a reason why this guy is still covering it. And don't think that the other channels aren't going to cover this when they spend $10,000 on some new FOIAs. All right. But it will be old news by then. Mama Sage, thank you so much for the $1.99 super sticker.
Transcript itself, but more importantly, I want to show you in advance of most of the video some of the findings so that you can look for them, not all of the findings, and then at the end of the video we'll run through the transcript again and hopefully point out some that you've missed. Those that you find which Veriscope hasn't found, please do put in the comments, and please do subscribe and comment and like and comment on other people.
Yes, we'll do that, sir.
She said in itself.